If you look at a tree, you think green, right? There's greens, there's blues, there's reds, there's yellow. I think of art as anything that you are communicating pictorially, whether it be graphics, whether it be your body, anything that you're building communication visually. I focus on the three-dimensional world, and my passion is ceramics.
I think for a lot of students, maybe even most students, it is more memorable if they actually do something with their hands, especially if they're more of a kinesthetic learner. I also think it can be like very meditative and you can almost connect with it more. Any sort of learning vocab or memorizing facts is very secondary to support like actually making the work. That is what drawing is about, is learning to see three-dimensional reality and then express that in 2 dimensions.
We are really digging into material exploration, value, so knowing your bright is bright and your dark is dark, and then trying to get every value in between. Just learning from it from a book, you don't know the difference between a chalk pastel and an oil pastel.
Art really impacts me a lot, and I really love a lot of the classic art pieces that we've all seen. I've kind of worked on a sleeve currently that incorporates those historical art pieces, but are kind of altered in their own way.
For this one, it's like a really interesting, fun pattern, and just it's a lot of play with just like, oh, how does this fit within this like imaginary frame that you're making? And from there, it's just like kind of layer and layer and layer. Bring stuff forward and make it pop.
Something that happens with a lot of students, when I see something click, and I know that they didn't understand a concept, and I see those gears turning and I see it click. And when I see that click, some of these students have just surprised me with, I wasn't sure if they'd be comfortable in the wood shop. And boom, 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 they're with the nailer. And I'm like,
When I hear from students that they got something out of the class in terms of maybe their mental state or their internal state, that maybe it brought them more peace or relaxation in some way.
Yeah, art is very relaxing. It's also just like, you kind of get into like the mindset, and you're just kind of sitting there doing it and you're not thinking about anything else. You get into like a Zen state.
A lot of the professors here are very like understanding, very communicative, and they really want to work with you. They want you to succeed. So when life gets busy, they will work with you, to make sure you accomplish that goal. But I've been very appreciative of just the gratitude and the grace that I've been shown. And my boss, Jeremy Feynman, who's also a great professor here, he's been so understanding, and I rave all the time about how he's the best boss I've ever had.
our program really is built on making mistakes. If you don't make a mistake and you don't mess up your composition, and you're afraid to touch that white, pristine piece of paper and make a mistake, then you're not gonna grow. Anyone can learn to draw. It's about learning how to do so and learning the techniques, and that's why we have wonderful professionals that are working in the field, and they're also teachers.
I am a visual arts major that will then convert to an art education degree, because I really want to help people understand that it's not about how it looks in the end-all game. It's just about how you feel when creating. Kind of inspires me to keep going and to just embrace color.
Don't be scared to make mistakes, man. Just you make the canvas and you do the underpainting, and you just make a jump and get like a big old splotch of color in there, and just from there just work and try to fix everything. It's make into something really nice.
We have a lot of space, a lot of materials, and the professors really encourage people to come on campus and to use up the space and everything they provide.
We have a legacy of mosaics on this campus, and we have one of the only nationally recognized programs that offers a mosaics course on a college level.
It's also just wonderful that like people can learn throughout every stage of life. You never have to stop learning new things, and even if you thought you were bad at something, you can come back to it later and try again and maybe figure out actually you have like skills and talents in that area that just haven't been developed yet.